Life is a gift, a rare opportunity given only once. Every day you wake up, you are handed 24 golden hours, hours that will never return again. The biggest tragedy is not death, but living without purpose, wasting your life on meaningless distractions and regrets. Don't waste your life waiting for the right time. Don't waste your life chasing approval from people who don't even care about your dreams. Don't waste your life scrolling endlessly, comparing yourself to others when your own potential is waiting to be unlocked. You must decide today, what do you stand for? Who do you want to become? And what kind of legacy will you leave behind? Because the clock is ticking, and whether you use your time or not, it will pass. Stop saying tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. The future is built today. Every small step, every disciplined action, every decision to rise instead of sleep, to focus instead of wasting time, is shaping your destiny. Don't waste your life on excuses. Don't waste it on fear. Don't waste it doubting yourself when you are capable of more than you can imagine. Your time is your life. Protect it, invest it, and live it fully. One day, you will look back. Make sure that when you do, you can say, I lived with passion, I lived with purpose, I did not waste my life. Life is the most precious gift you will ever receive, yet so many people treat it as if it is guaranteed, as if they will wake up tomorrow no matter what. The truth is, none of us are promised another sunrise, another heartbeat, or another breath. Every morning that you open your eyes, you are being handed something far greater than money, fame, or possessions. You are being handed the opportunity to live another day. Think about it. Millions of people did not wake up this morning. Dreams were buried yesterday. Plans were left unfinished. Words that were meant to be spoken never made it past the heart. But you are still here. You still have the privilege of walking this earth, of making choices, of writing your own story. That alone should fill you with gratitude and urgency. Life is a gift because it cannot be bought, it cannot be borrowed, and it cannot be replaced. Once your time is gone, it is gone forever. You can recover lost money, you can rebuild broken relationships, you can even repair a damaged reputation, but you can never regain a wasted life. That's why every single day must be lived with intention, with awareness, and with passion. Too many people exist but do not live. They move through life as if they are sleepwalking, letting the days slip away, waiting for the perfect moment to start chasing their dreams, not realizing that every moment is already perfect because it is the only one you truly have. The future is a concept. The past is gone. But today is the greatest gift you will ever hold in your hands. Life is not about how long you live, but about how deeply you live. Some people live 80 years and accomplish nothing, while others live 25 years and leave behind legacies that echo for centuries. What makes the difference is not the number of days you are given, but how you choose to use those days. If you truly believe life is a gift, you will stop wasting it on negativity, on doubt, on meaningless arguments, on procrastination. Instead, you will begin to live with gratitude for each second, making the most of your time, energy, and abilities. You will wake up with purpose, knowing that today is not just another day, but a treasure, a chance, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create something meaningful. Time is the most valuable currency you will ever own. Unlike money, once it is spent, you cannot earn it back. You can lose wealth and regain it. You can lose possessions and replace them. But when a single second slips away, it is gone forever. Every tick of the clock is not just noise, it is life itself passing by, silently reminding you that your time here is limited. Think about the true worth of time. If someone steals your wallet, you might be upset for a week. If someone wastes your day, you might shrug it off. But which one is more valuable, your wallet or your day? Money lost can always be recovered, but a wasted day is a piece of your life cut off permanently. That is why time is not just priceless, it is sacred. So many people underestimate its value. They live as if they will always have tomorrow, as if years are guaranteed, as if opportunities will knock again and again, but tomorrow is an illusion. All you really have is this moment. The rich, the poor, the powerful, the weak. Every single human being has been given the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between success and failure, between joy and regret, lies in how each person chooses to use those hours. Time does not pause for anyone. It does not slow down for the lazy, and it does not speed up for the hard-working. It moves forward steadily, whether you are making progress or wasting your life. This is why procrastination is so dangerous. It steals your most precious resource under the disguise of comfort. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you are gambling with something you cannot afford to lose. Imagine time as gold coins, handed to you at the start of each day. Some people invest those coins wisely into their goals, their health, their learning, and their relationships. Others throw their coins away on meaningless distractions, endless scrolling, gossip, or habits that weaken their future. At the end of the day, both people are left with the same truth. Their coins are gone. The question is, did those coins build your life, or did they disappear into nothingness? Greatness is not built in sudden bursts of effort, but in daily investments of time. A few hours of reading each day can make you wise. A few minutes of consistent exercise can transform your body. A single hour dedicated to your dream every day can create a life others will admire. It is not about having time, it is about valuing it, protecting it, and using it as the treasure it truly is. One of the greatest illusions people live with is the belief that tomorrow will always come. We plan, we delay, we postpone, as if life has signed a contract with us to guarantee another sunrise. But the reality is harsh and undeniable. Tomorrow is not promised. The truth is, there are people who made plans for tomorrow, but never lived to see it. Their dreams, their goals, their words of love left unsaid, all buried with them. Every second you are alive is a privilege, not a guarantee. Yet so many people waste today because they think they'll have time later. I'll start working on my goals tomorrow. I'll say sorry tomorrow. I'll begin exercising tomorrow. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if the time you thought you had is suddenly taken from you? Life is fragile, and every day is a chance that may never return. The danger of relying on tomorrow is that it robs today of its power. You put off opportunities, thinking there will be a better time. But opportunities are like doors. They open and close. Some may never open again. The job you could have applied for, the person you could have spoken to, the skill you could have started learning, all lost because you waited for a tomorrow that never arrived. Regret is born from the belief in endless tomorrows. People regret not saying "I love you" when they had the chance. They regret not pursuing their passion when they had the strength. They regret not taking risks when the moment was there. Don't let your future self look back and cry over wasted chances. Act today, speak today, love today, create today. Because today is all you truly own. Think of how powerful your life would be if you lived with the awareness that tomorrow is not guaranteed. You would stop hesitating. You would stop fearing failure. You would stop caring so much about what people think. Instead, you would move with urgency, with courage, and with gratitude for the present moment. You would wake up every day knowing that it might be your last chance to give your best, and you would treat it as sacred. Those who understand that tomorrow is not promised live differently. They appreciate the small moments. They take bold action. They live with purpose instead of waiting for the right time. Because the right time is not next week. It is not next month. It is not in some faraway future. The right time is now. One of the greatest traps in life is living for the approval of others. Too many people waste their entire existence trying to impress people who do not even care, trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for them, trying to gain applause that fades as quickly as it comes. When you chase approval, you hand over the steering wheel of your life to someone else. You let their opinions, their judgments, and their expectations dictate your choices. That is not living. That is existing in chains. Think about it. How many dreams have died because someone was too afraid of what others might say? How many talents have been buried because people feared being criticized or laughed at? How many lives have been wasted because the need to be liked outweighed the desire to be true to oneself? Approval is addictive, and the more you crave it, the more you lose yourself. Here's the truth. No matter what you do, not everyone will like you. You can be the kindest, the hardest working, the most genuine person in the room, and still, someone will find fault, someone will judge, someone will disapprove. If you build your life on their opinions, you will never stand strong because opinions shift like the wind. What pleases people today may disappoint them tomorrow. You cannot build a foundation on something so unstable. The people who changed the world are not the ones who tried to make everyone happy. They are the ones who had the courage to be authentic, to follow their own path, even when it meant facing rejection or criticism. Think of every great leader, every innovator, every visionary. They were misunderstood, doubted, even mocked in their time. But they understood that approval is temporary, while purpose is eternal. When you stop chasing approval, you free yourself. You begin to make choices based on your values, your vision, and your truth, not based on whether others clap for you. You stop needing validation to feel worthy. You start realizing that your worth was never in someone else's hands. It has always been within you. Living for approval is like running on a treadmill. You exert energy, but you go nowhere. Living for purpose, however, moves you forward. It fills you with strength, clarity, and freedom. When you no longer crave everyone's acceptance, you unlock the courage to pursue what truly matters to you, regardless of who cheers or who doubts. We live in an age where distractions are everywhere. They are on your phone, your computer, your TV, even in your own thoughts. Every notification, every meaningless scroll, every hour spent on things that add no value is not just a harmless activity, it is stolen time, stolen focus, stolen life. The danger of distractions is that they don't always look dangerous. They look entertaining, comfortable, and easy. That's why they are so deadly. How many hours of your life have been lost staring at screens, watching other people live instead of living your own story? How many goals have been postponed because you chose comfort over discipline, entertainment over effort, scrolling over studying, gossip over growth? Distractions trick you into believing you are busy when in reality you are standing still. Every great dream requires focus. Focus is the weapon that separates winners from wanderers. But focus cannot survive in a world where you let distractions rule you. Every time you give in to them, you trade your potential for temporary pleasure. You exchange long-term fulfillment for short-term comfort. That trade is never worth it. Think about it. Time is already short, yet most people throw it away on meaningless habits. They spend more time watching strangers on the internet than building their own future. They know the details of celebrities' lives, but know nothing about their own goals. They keep up with every new trend, but fall behind in their own personal growth. Distractions are designed to keep you comfortable, while your dreams slowly die in silence. The truth is, the people who rise to greatness are not the ones who never get distracted. They are the ones who learn how to control their focus. They recognize that distractions will always be there, but they choose discipline over impulse, purpose over pleasure, vision over noise. They understand that every time they say yes to a distraction, they are saying no to their future. Imagine how powerful your life would become if you reclaimed even half the time you waste on distractions. Instead of hours wasted on meaningless scrolling, you could be building a skill. Instead of drowning in gossip, you could be developing your mind. Instead of watching others chase their dreams, you could be chasing your own. The difference between a wasted life and a fulfilled life often comes down to this: who controls your attention, you or the distractions around you? Without purpose, life becomes empty. You can have money, comfort, and even success in the eyes of others, but if you don't know why you are living, you will always feel lost. Purpose is the compass of your life. It is what gives direction to your days, meaning to your struggles, and power to your decisions. Without it, you are like a ship without a destination, moving but drifting, alive but not truly living. Purpose is not just about grand achievements or becoming famous. Purpose is personal. It is waking up each day knowing what you stand for and what you are building. It may be raising a family. It may be creating art. It may be building a business. It may be helping others. It may be striving to be the best version of yourself. Whatever it is, purpose is the fire that fuels you when motivation runs out. When you have no purpose, every obstacle feels like a reason to quit. But when you live with purpose, obstacles become stepping stones. Failure doesn't destroy you because your purpose is stronger than the setback. Rejection doesn't stop you because your vision is greater than the opinions of others. Discomfort doesn't scare you because you know the pain is temporary, but the legacy is eternal. Think of purpose as the difference between movement and progress. You can run in circles all day and exhaust yourself, but if you don't have purpose, you're not getting anywhere. Purpose makes every step intentional. Purpose makes your sacrifices meaningful. Purpose makes you wake up with energy because you know your life is not random. It matters. Too many people waste years chasing goals that aren't even theirs. Jobs they don't care about. Lifestyles that don't fulfill them. Paths chosen for them by society, parents, or peers. That's why even after achieving success, they feel empty inside, because success without purpose is failure in disguise. When you discover your purpose, life transforms. Suddenly, you stop comparing yourself to others because you are running your own race. You stop chasing approval because you have a vision that guides you. You stop wasting time on meaningless distractions because you know every second is fuel for your mission. Purpose doesn't just give direction, it gives power, focus, and fulfillment. So many people dream of success, but they imagine it as one giant leap, one lucky break, one moment of magic that suddenly changes everything. The truth is far different. Greatness is not built overnight. It is built day by day, decision by decision, small step by small step. Every great achievement you see in the world is the result of countless unseen hours of consistent effort. Think about how a mountain is climbed. No one reaches the top in a single jump. It takes thousands of steps, each one requiring strength, patience, and persistence. Success in life works the same way. It is not about how fast you move, it is about how consistent you are. A small step forward every day will take you further than a giant leap once in a while, followed by weeks of standing still. The problem is, most people underestimate small steps. They dismiss reading a few pages a day, exercising for just 20 minutes, saving a little money regularly, or dedicating 1 hour to learning a new skill. They think it's too small to matter. But here's the truth. Small actions repeated consistently create massive results over time. Drops of water carve valleys, bricks build skyscrapers, and habits shape destinies. Greatness is not about intensity. It is about consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a day, but few can stay disciplined for years. That's why so many quit. They expect results too quickly. They want the reward without the process, the glory without the grind. But those who understand the power of small, consistent steps never stop. They trust the process. They know that each step, no matter how small, is progress, and progress is everything. Imagine if you committed to improving just 1% each day. 1% may sound like nothing, but over a year it would transform you completely. That is the hidden power of consistency. It multiplies. The small actions compound into big victories. just like small neglects compound into big regrets. Look at anyone who has achieved greatness: a champion athlete, a master musician, a successful entrepreneur. None of them got there in a single moment. They practiced, trained, sacrificed, failed, and tried again every single day. What separates them from the rest is not talent alone, but discipline and consistency. If you want to change your life, stop waiting for a breakthrough and start taking small, daily steps. Don't focus on perfection, focus on progress. Don't chase overnight success, commit to lifelong growth. Because in the end, it is not what you do occasionally that shapes your destiny, but what you do consistently. Excuses are silent killers. They don't destroy you all at once. They eat away at your potential, little by little, until nothing is left. Every time you make an excuse, you give yourself permission to stay the same, to avoid growth, to remain stuck where you are. Excuses may feel comfortable in the moment, but they cost you your future. People often say, "I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the skills. I don't have the connections." But look closely. These are not reasons. They are excuses. The truth is, people with less time, less money, fewer skills, and no connections have built empires, transformed their lives, and made history. The difference is not in resources, it's in resourcefulness. Those who succeed don't let excuses control them. They find a way. Excuses are easy because they shift the responsibility away from you. When you say, "I can't because of this," you no longer have to try. You no longer have to risk failure. Excuses protect your comfort zone, but they also bury your dreams. They are like chains you put on yourself, and the longer you wear them, the heavier they become. Think about it. Every great dream requires sacrifice, and sacrifice always feels uncomfortable. Excuses are the mind's way of escaping that discomfort. Instead of pushing through the pain of discipline, people settle for the comfort of delay. Instead of embracing the fear of starting, they cling to the excuse of not ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready, and the perfect moment will never come. The only way forward is to act in spite of the excuses. Excuses also grow stronger the more you feed them. The more you tell yourself, "I can't," the more your mind believes it. Soon it becomes your identity. You begin to see yourself as incapable, limited, and stuck. But in reality, the only thing holding you back is the story you keep repeating to yourself. Change the story, and you change your life. Excuses may comfort you today, but they will haunt you tomorrow. One day you will look back and realize it wasn't the lack of time, money, or opportunities that stopped you. It was the excuses you chose to believe. And regret is always heavier than discipline. And regret, discipline. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never felt fear, never faced obstacles, or never lacked resources. They are the ones who refuse to let excuses dictate their future. They chose action over hesitation, persistence over procrastination, and responsibility over blame. That choice, the refusal to make excuses, is what separates dreamers from doers. Time is the most valuable treasure you will ever own, yet it is the treasure people guard the least. You would never leave your wallet open on the street for anyone to take, but every day, people allow others to steal their time without resistance. They give it away to meaningless conversations, endless scrolling, toxic relationships, unimportant tasks, and empty distractions. And then they wonder why their dreams remain unfinished. The truth is, how you spend your time is how you spend your life. Every hour is an investment, either into your growth, your future, your purpose, or into someone else's agenda. The most successful people in the world are not just talented, they are protective of their time. They treat it like gold because they understand it cannot be replaced. Once a day is gone, it is gone forever. You have to start valuing your time the same way. Not everyone deserves access to it. Not every invitation deserves a yes. Not every demand requires your attention. Learn to say no, not out of arrogance, but out of respect for your future, because every yes you give to something meaningless is a no to something meaningful. Think about how much time is wasted on activities that bring no progress. Hours spent gossiping about others instead of working on yourself. Evenings wasted on distractions instead of building your dreams. Years lost in toxic environments instead of pursuing growth. The cost of wasted time is not just missed opportunities. It is wasted potential, wasted energy, wasted life. Protecting your time also means managing your focus. It means setting boundaries. It means recognizing that not every message needs an instant reply. Not every trend needs your attention. Not every argument deserves your energy. Your time is limited, so spend it on what matters: your health, your growth, your family, your purpose, your mission. Imagine your time as a vault filled with gold. Would you let strangers walk in and take it freely? Would you waste it on things that have no value? Of course not. Then why treat your hours carelessly? Guard them with intention. Invest them in things that multiply your future instead of draining it. When you begin to protect your time, you begin to protect your destiny. You stop being pulled in every direction, and you start moving forward with clarity. You stop being controlled by other people's priorities, and you start living according to your own vision. Because in the end, the way you treat your time determines the life you create. At the end of the day, life is not just about what you achieve for yourself, it's about what you leave behind for others. A true life is measured not only in years, but in impact. Long after your voice grows silent, your choices, your actions, and your values will continue to speak. This is your legacy. Legacy is not about fame, wealth, or recognition. It is about influence. It is about the lives you touched, the example you set, the seeds you planted that will continue to grow long after you are gone. You may never be remembered in history books, but you will always be remembered in the hearts of those whose lives you influenced. That is legacy. Think about the people you admire: leaders, visionaries, teachers, parents, mentors. What makes them unforgettable is not their possessions, but their contribution. They lived with a sense of purpose so strong that even after they were gone, their impact remained. They built something that outlived them: values, lessons, inspiration, opportunity. Leaving a legacy means asking yourself, how do I want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as someone who wasted their potential, or as someone who inspired others to rise higher? Do you want to be remembered for your excuses or for your courage? For your distractions or for your discipline? Every decision you make today is shaping the memory you will leave tomorrow. A legacy is built in the small, consistent choices of daily life. The kindness you show, the knowledge you share, the example you set, the way you treat people, all of it creates ripples that extend far beyond you. Every encouraging word can plant hope in someone else. Every act of discipline can inspire others to stay strong. Every sacrifice for your dream can motivate someone else to chase theirs. You don't have to be rich to leave a legacy. You don't have to be famous. You just have to live with intention. You have to live in a way that your life is bigger than yourself. Because in the end, it won't matter how many likes you had on social media, how expensive your car was, or how large your house looked. What will matter is the difference you made, the values you stood for, and the lives you lifted. And one day, when your time runs out, people will not ask, what did they own? They will ask, what did they give? What did they stand for? How did they live? That is the true measure of life, not the length of your days, but the weight of your influence. So when the final day comes, and it will, you won't fear it, you won't regret it, because you will know you lived fully. You will know that your time was not wasted, Your energy was not thrown away, and your life was not lived in vain. You will stand tall, proud of the battles you fought, the discipline you embraced, the distractions you overcame, and the purpose you pursued. You will know that you left a legacy, that you touched lives, and that your existence mattered. Don't waste your life waiting. Don't waste it doubting. Don't waste it chasing approval or drowning in excuses. Live boldly. Live intentionally. Live as if every day were your last, because one day it will be. Your life is your message. Make sure it's a message worth remembering.